This is a short interview with Ralph Barba. Basically, just got a few questions for you. So, could you first state your name, position, title, or company or group that you work for?
My name's Ralph Barba. I'm director of 4Diegos Media. It's a media company that's been going for about 6 years, and we do everything from produce radio to that we've been doing that for 17 years, but for the last 6 or 7 years we've been on commercial radio and SEN in Melbourne, and we also develop multimedia products for education with the AFL, Cricket Australia, Australian Sports Commission, so we use a lot of multimedia in educational work too.
So, what responsibilities do you have for yourself within that group?
Well, basically, it's a quite small company, even though we do have big projects or big contracts. It's a small company where I basically am the project manager for a lot of stuff, and depending on the size of the budget and also the contract, I might be really heavily involved in, say, for example, filming documentaries and being involved with the directing, the producing, and also some of the earlier parts of the editing.
So, how did you achieve this position, this role? In terms of academic requirements, work experience, what was necessary to get yourself in this position?
Well, I'm probably the wrong bloke in the world to actually ask this question too, because I qualified as an accountant back in the early 80s, never worked as an accountant, went into teaching, heavily involved with sport all the time, so that was always interesting. And I was always, from the time we started doing radio, became really interested in the media side of things. But because I was a school teacher and had to earn my living that way, I was really restricted in really throwing myself into it. And that was before the internet days. In my early days in media, we didn't have the internet. You relied on newspapers and magazines. So to find where I am now, it's been just project to project. A lot of things have accelerated since I've left teaching, because I've had to find work and I've had to, really get out there and just make a niche somewhere. And I've been pretty lucky, because once you tend to do a reasonable job with one client, other clients hear about it, or that client gives you more work, and they'll ask you, can you do this? And I've got a habit of saying, yeah, I can, and then worry about how to do it later. So I'm probably the worst bloke in the world to talk about career paths and stuff, because I've almost fallen into this situation.
Well, a lot of people have been telling me that it's not so much the formal requirements to get into a media job like this. It's more or less the spontaneous sort of side of it, so maybe you are the right person to be talking to.
No, it is. It's all about your qualities. If you've got just general qualities of, first you've got to have a passion for it. Secondly, you've got to have a quality to make sure that you know that you're running a service and there's clients you've got to meet the needs of. And you've just got to meet the needs of those clients, however unreasonable they are, however tight the deadlines are. And if you do it, they'll tend to come back to you.
I heard you're recently going to South Africa for the World Cup. Could you tell me a little bit about that? It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting. We're, of course, being on 4 nights a week on a commercial radio station, get known in an area, and we're a world football show. And a travel agency came up to us about 18 months ago, and said, listen, we want you to lead our tour. We'll pay for you to go. Just promote it on your radio show. They had sponsorship agreements, all that sort of stuff with the radio station. So we started promoting, and it sold out pretty quickly. So suddenly we found ourselves from thinking that this can't be a possibility, it's going to happen, to suddenly it's going to happen. And so in a couple of weeks' time we're all going. There's 8 Diegos who are going, plus a cameraman. So it's a fantastic experience. But we'll be doing a lot of media over there, which is great for us too.
Lastly, what are your plans for the future?
From the radio perspective, we're at the moment, we go international on ABC Radio Australia. We've also got a show here in Melbourne 4 nights a week that broadcasts into Melbourne, and on the internet you can hear us all around the place. What we'd love to do is actually have an Australia-wide show, a syndicated show Australia-wide, which we're working very hard to do. As far as all the other work, the mini docos we do, and it's always been a bonus, that stuff. Love doing it, absolutely love doing it. So as long as I enjoy the projects, want to keep on doing that. And at the moment I've been lucky enough to do projects that I enjoy. So, but if I have to start doing projects that I'm not enjoying with the filming, it's just something that you just can't afford not to enjoy your work when you're a one-man business and you're trying to make a living. You have to enjoy your work, I find. Especially when you're very busy. If you've got stuff that you're dragging your feet on, that's not going to, I don't believe that's going to help you very much.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No
Thanks,
worries.
Ralph. Cheers.
Thanks, Tim. Good on you.